Namaskar. We have released a few videos on General Financial Rules 2017. Now, rule number 29. The sanctions for expenditure. We have seen how is it prepared and all those things. Now, whom are all addressed, how it is to be addressed. Normally, sanction order has to be sent to the accounts officer for making payment. Even if DDO draws the bill, but the sanction order will be addressed to accounts officer as well as DDO. So there are certain procedures. For ministry they will put it in letter form, and others it will be order form. So those things we are going to discuss. And let us see what are all the. Rule number 29. All financial sanctions and orders issued by a competent authority shall be communicated to the audit officer and the accounts officer. Accounts officer for making payment. So every order has to be communicated to the accounts officer. Otherwise they can't make the payment. The DDO may draw the bill, but ultimately payment is made by the accounts officer. So even check drawing DDO also, it is addressed to accounts officer also, so that they can do post audit. And audit officer, not all the sanctions, there are certain limited major sanctions, everything has to be sent to the audit officer, because they will check those bills and files while coming for audit. And now with the PFMS, there is a provision they can parallelly also audit. They can see, actually the provision is, that was the idea of having PFMS, Public Finance Management System. Maybe tomorrow government issue an amendment stating that the audit can be done parallelly also. There are certain departments, audit is done parallelly. Like space department, there is a audit wing, they will sit with the department throughout the year. Actually, a lot of relaxation is given for such a scientific department. Parallelly, checking process also is done throughout the year. Okay, now what are all to be addressed to audit officer, we will discuss. Now format, all financial sanctions issued by the department of the central government, that is ministry or department, which relate to a matter concerning the department, relating to their department, and the payment based on that, whatever payment is to be made. So that will be addressed in the form of letter to the accounts officer. It will be letter form. The accounts officer will be addressed, then subject, sir, all those things they will do. And all other sanctions, subordinate authorities, it will be order. Order, and in bottom it will be addressed to the DDO, accounts officer, everybody. Audit officer also, wherever it is required. All major sanctions have to be addressed to audit officer also. No. So other authorities, the order it has to be in the form of order. In the case of non-recurring contingent and miscellaneous expenditure, the sanctioning authority may, wherever required, accord sanction by signing or countersigning the bill or voucher, whether before or after the money is drawn, instead of a separate sanction. What does it mean? There is a format in the contingency bill, countersigned bill, where there is no need for separate sanction order. In the bill itself, the officer will sign. Normally, it is to be signed before drawal of money. Okay, if a smaller amount it is drawn and then countersign is done, they are vouching it. It is okay, it is for government. Because any bill drawn by DDO is only based on the approval of the competent authority. DDO cannot on his own draw any money. This is one thing. So this is actually for smaller amount contingencies. There is no sanction required, so the officer will countersign in the bill itself. And if there is no provision for countersigning the bill, normally the countersigning contingency bill format itself is there. At least in a note they will sign and give. No formal sanction order is required for petty expenditure related bills. And all financial sanctions and orders issued by the Department of Central Government with the concurrence of the Internal Financial Wing or Finance Ministry or the Ministry of Home Affairs or Comptroller and Auditor General of India or Department of Personnel should specify that the sanction or orders are issued with the concurrence of that department along with the number and date of relevant communication of the department wherein the concurrence was obtained. What does it mean? Normally, for all financial things, only head of the office level, some 2,000 rupees is there for recurring expenditure, non-recurring 5,000 rupees. There is no need for financial concurrence. But all other things, the integrated finance division is there. That financial officer will concur the expenditure. So there are, one is approving authority, another authority who concurs. Why he has to concur? There are two things. One is, he will say whether rules are followed in the approval, whether it is as per the rule of financial guidelines and other things. Second part, whether sufficient budget is available in the appropriation or whatever it is. So these are the aspects. It is something like they are representing the Ministry of Finance. So we will discuss separately about the integrated finance divisions related things, which will be very interesting things because it is kind of checks and balance provided in the departmentalization of accounts. This is for financial things. Suppose if it is related to internal security, they are issuing some sanctions. So they have to consult before any matter related to internal security and other things will go to Ministry of Home Affairs. They have to approve or concur as the case may be. And personal matters, any department personal matters, appointment and other things, recruitment, all those things, not recruitment, creation of post, all those things, and it matter concerning the staff of the department. So they have to take the concurrence of Ministry of Personnel. So like this, the nodal ministry has to be consulted for major decision and all. So such cases, when the orders are issued, one line in the bottom, they have to say this issues the approval or concurrence of Ministry of so and so, what is their note, interdepartmental note or UO note, unofficial note. So number and date. So that will clearly say that this particular matter is discussed with the concerned nodal ministry also. So this is an important aspect. Like that, other points also we will see one by one. There are many such things. I wanted to make a small video, that is why I am making smaller one. Thank you. We will see again in the new video.